Hey everybody, it's Christine. It is time for my 1,000 subscriber hop. I'm sorry if you hear a bunch of noise. My husband has a blower right outside my window here, so hopefully it's not too distracting. But I just want to thank, honestly, all you guys, all the subscribers. You're so sweet. I get such nice comments. I've got I mentioned this before. I've got a lady that she mails me cards. Ella, thank you so much. You're so sweet. And then I've got a couple other little things, and I just want to thank everybody that's hopping along. I had such a great response. I thought I might have to post it in a couple of different groups. And honestly, I only had to post my hop in the one group because it got a little bit, I don't want to use the word overwhelming because that's probably a little silly, but I was like trying to keep up with everything. And I thought, oh my gosh, if I put this in more than one group, I'm going to miss somebody. And I don't want anybody to be upset that they got missed. So hopefully I have everybody in the playlist down below or the list down below. And if you're not there, please message me. I will be happy to get you added in there ASAP. So the hop rules, well, now I've done forgot what they were, except I know you had to have 2 photos. You had to have a unicorn on there, sprinkles and ink. You could not use a plain cardstock background. It had to be a pattern background of some kind, and you had to use foam tape some kind of way. So I'm going to follow my own rules here. And I'll double check myself and make sure I didn't miss anything, but I think that's all there was. So what I have is, this is actually from my 50th birthday, and I did have a unicorn birthday party. I think I've actually made a layout talking about that before, but this is a couple different pictures from there. And this is me with my little unicorn hat on. I got some jewels on my face, and I've got a whole little unicorn shirt, y'all. It's funny. And then this was just a couple of gifts that I got. I got a t-shirt. It said vintage 1972. And then this is some kind of little old cup. I don't know if it's a coffee cup or some kind of little drinking cup, but it says other 50-year-olds, and it's a little horse. And then it says you, and it's this pole dancing unicorn. And y'all, I don't know if y'all can tell, but I'm definitely, I'm irreverent, I'm silly, all the things. So I think a unicorn is a really great exemplification of my personality. So what I've decided to do, those are my 2 photos, because that's one of the rules. I did pull out this little piece of happy birthday. I don't know how I'm going to use it unless I somehow mat the photos, though, because I have this. Oh, let me show you this, because Christy over at Christy's Beautiful Life, if I'm honest, I don't know that I would have hit that milestone without her help, because I did post it in her group, and I got a ton of subscribers that day. And so I wanted to kind of give her some honor and use a sketch that she has on her Instagram here, and I think it was also on her Facebook group, Christy's Beautiful Life. And plus, it kind of went with this little paper here that I found. So I'm going to put my photos down here and somehow, embellish and stuff like that. So this is the sketch. I think she put that out there. It was in August, but it was in her last 30 days of sketches as well, I think. So this is the base paper I'm going to use. And then I do have all this like unicorny stuff. And I have this photo play. This is that birthday collection, but there's a little unicorn here. And again, I have tons of that. So I've kind of got to get that going. I am probably going to back this on something because it's not a real thick piece of cardstock. Oh, wait, that's purple. Oh, y'all, I might have to go with the purple. I love purple. Oh, man. Now what? I don't know, though. The pink goes with the shirt. I have to think on it. And then I got the little happy birthdays and stuff like that. So I'm going to get to going, and we will see y'all in a minute. Well, y'all, I hadn't got very far, but I had to show y'all a couple little things. So first off, I've just gone ahead and matted that down on a piece of yellow cardstock from my stash. But I had gotten into this pad here. I found this little pad. Oh, gosh, y'all. I'm so sorry. It's by Dress My Craft. I do not know how old this thing is. Well, I could tell you. Well, no, I can't tell you. It's a 6x6 pad, and it says Magical Unicorns. And I found this 2 little things. I found these 2 little sheets here, so I'm going to use these as the back of my photos here. You won't see the unicorns, but I like the pink. But I did find this little sheet, and how cute is this? It says, be a unicorn in a field of horses, be your own kind of beautiful magic. I'm going to put that up here where she had kind of little embellishments up there. So that is too stinking cute, y'all. You get to cut these out, obviously, but it's kind of this little glossy cardstocky stuff. And then on these brads here, I'm going to pull one of these out because it says, always be a unicorn. I love that. So anyways, I'm going to pull those out too. All right, so that's all I've got done so far. Let me get busy. Well, y'all, I lied. I actually cut those things out, but that's not where I put them. So the first thing I did do, though, is I say first thing, that's a lie. The first thing I've done next is I pulled out this stuff, and I just showed you. It's called Unicorn Spit, and I thought, okay, I'm going to use this because, the word unicorn's in it. And I thought it was like an ink, but in reading it now after messing with this, I think it might be a little glaze or something that you can paint like wood and that sort of thing. But I made it work. I just took my little bit of water here and kind of diluted it just a little bit so I could flicker it all over the place. And I just sprinkled that hot pink all over the place. And I had pulled out these two Mr. Hueys. I pulled out the white and I pulled out the shine. And I decided to stick with the shine. I don't put the white because I kind of thought to myself, the little white sprinkles that it's got in the pattern of the paper is plenty of white. And I didn't want to take away from that. So I did just use the shine. So it's kind of all over the page here after I add my pink and my shine. And I set it aside to dry for just a little bit, so I had to come back. I have mounted my photos, as I mentioned. I got the yellow, it said happy birthday, and then I got the little pink unicorn paper. And then I'm going to put my second photo, the right-hand side photo, up on foam. So that meets another one of my little rules. So I've got a rule of 2 photos, and then I had the rule of the non-cardstock background. So I got that little pattern paper, and now I'm putting up on foam. And I'm going to end up putting unicorns. I'm not counting myself as the unicorn. I'm going to add another unicorn. And I'm going to apologize. I'm a little bit sniffly because I mentioned the other day I got a little cold coming on. So technically it's not coming on. I got it. But anyways, so I put my picture there up on foam. And then I'm going to grab this little happy birthday. I decide that's going to be my title. So I'm going to set that up there. I'm going to put some foam behind it as well. Just to kind of, honestly, so I could kind of move it around. But I also wanted it to be up. So I realized there's a couple little pieces in there, and I'm going to have to take those out. And so I'm going to add this foam here so I can kind of move it around. And honestly, I almost forget to stick it down there. It's almost towards the very end. I realize, oh crap, that happy birthday is not even stuck down. So I'm going to fill this little deal up here in the upper right. It's going to be my title area. So that's what I mean by, like, I don't put those little cards right there up in the title area. I actually end up putting them down here. Now, initially, I hadn't done anything with them in the sense, like, I just cut them apart, but I ended up deciding to scuff them. I decided that they needed to have a little something going on. So I do grab my little scufferator here, and I just kind of scuff them up just a little bit. It's not terribly much, but I'm going to do that. And I thought to put the one that says "Be a Unicorn in a Field of Horses." I thought about trying to put it on the left-hand side over there on the outside. I don't know if I show you or not. I actually try to lift up these pictures to shift them over to the right just a tad. Or technically that left-hand picture, that's not going to work. So I end up putting that little card back where I thought I might put it to begin with because I had a big amount of space on top of that t-shirt there. So I'll end up putting it there. I put it there, and then I thought, well, no, it's going to go on the outside. And I thought, well, I'll just lift this picture. Well, that does not work. It is stuck. Well, technically that picture's not stuck. It's the foam part on the right-hand picture that's stuck. And I almost thought to put it on the outside and just trim it. And I thought, no, I don't really want to do that. That won't look right either. So I messed with this just a second, but I ended up having to just go back to plan A. Plan B was not working, so I had to go back to plan A. So I've got my 3 little cards there. And I'm going to get into my sticker sheet. I've got this little unicorn. I'm going to pull it off in a second. This layout is actually pretty easy because there's not a ton of embellishments going on. So it's not hard to, kind of assemble, especially since I've got that little pattern on the paper there that makes those little swirls. I know some of the layouts I saw with that sketch, they use like torn paper and different things like that. And I got a little bit lucky with this swirly whirly stuff. I grabbed that sticker that's the cake and I put that on the right hand side. And I'm going to, just like I said, put that happy birthday. I will go on there and get a 5 and an O. I decided I'm going to add the 50 in a second. But I grabbed this little unicorn. I thought about putting it up there. No, not going to go there. So I'm kind of breaking a little bit of a rule. Normally you wouldn't put an image, going off the page. But I decided to go ahead and do it. I kind of thought to myself, well, she's kind of got a little look on her face, like she's just trotting along, and she's being all that. And that little card there said, "Be a unicorn in a field of horses." And for some reason, for me, that just felt like she's being a little sassy. And so I like that. When I'm in a little sassy unicorn here. So yeah, just put that 50 up there, and I'm going to have to shift it over just a tad. It was a little too far to the left. But then I'm going to make it, so it's kind of like 50 happy birthday. I'm not sure that that's really it's not really like a, what do you want to call it? Grammatically correct title, I guess, but it works. And then I like these little party things, these little party, what do you go on, woo, whatever, you blow with them and the little things kind of flop around or whatever. That goes on the left side there. And then we'll come down here and I find these little swirly whirls. I don't know what these are called. Y'all, I feel like my words are not working today. Oh, first I put that little present there. And then I grabbed the little swirly whirls. They're like ribbon swirls. And I'm going to put them right there. And that looks pretty cute. Honestly, the sticker sheet made it kind of easy to embellish. I didn't have to work real hard. It's all kind of right there for me, right? And then I remembered that little brad. I wanted to make sure I had that little brad. So I'm going to pull that off. Now I'm going to snip off the brad parts because sometimes those aggravate me. I wasn't going to poke it through my paper, so I just snip them off. They're not real thick metal. and I'm going to use a couple of little foam dots behind it. So it's going to basically become kind of like a little flare. I don't know if that's really what that's called when it's little like that, but I mean, I cut the brads off, so I guess it's become a little flare. And I'm going to stick that right there. I might could have added more there, but I didn't. I thought, you know what, this is cute enough. And honestly, the sketch didn't have a ton of stuff coming up out of this area. It was more kind of focused to the lower left, but I've already expanded myself. I think I've already done this, but I did put foam up underneath that little unicorn on the bottom left down there, and I've attached it. And so now I've decided I'm going to come in with some silver, little jewels, because why not? When you got jewels, you should have, or unicorns, you should have sparkles, right? So I'm going to come in here and put a little bit of sparkle all over this thing. And then after that, honestly, that's all I'm going to do. I don't do a ton of this layout after that because I thought, well, I've met all my requirements, and I think this is cute, and I've done ink, and I've done scuffing, and see, here's where I realized, oh shoot, I forgot to put that title down. So I got to pull my little foam pieces off, and I'm going to set that down, and that's basically it, y'all. So let me slow it down. Thank you guys again so much for watching, subscribing, commenting, all the good stuff. And the hoppers, you guys, I really appreciate y'all. You're special people, and every one of you are just adorable. And I'm going to go watch your videos, and I'm so excited. Thank you guys so much. I have another video popping up on Thursday, so make sure you like and subscribe and all that if you're not already subscribed. And then, of course, when you watch the other ladies' hops, make sure you subscribe to their channels as well. It's a great community, and I love supporting everybody. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.